Hi, my name is Landon Eskridge, and today I will be giving a speech on wetland habitat loss. This is my audience today. The American Heritage Dictionary defines a wetland as a lowland area such as a marsh or a swamp that is saturated with moisture, especially when thought of as a natural habitat for wildlife. Some of this wildlife includes many animals like reptiles, birds, fish, mammals, as well as hundreds of plants. Many animals like waterfowl raise their young in the same marsh or wetland that they were raised in. Imagine being a bird that has just flown across the continent only to find the wetland you call home is dry. Wetlands make up only 6% of the Earth's surface and are disappearing daily. All wetlands are endangered, and without them there will be drastic effects. As a sportsman who has spent many years in the field, I understand and see the effects of habitat loss and hope to show you the same. As I mentioned before, wetlands are home to many animals and plants, but they also have a huge effect on humans. Many natural wetlands are used to run cattle as well as farming due to the shallow water table and the nutrient soil. Wetlands also filter water and help clean it and return to the water table and aquifers which we drink from. In coastal areas, coastal marshes, they turn salt water into fresh water, which many animals and plants and even humans depend on. In 2005, when Hurricane Katrina hit the South Coast, it destroyed many people's lives. This was due to coastal marsh loss in the area, which there was nothing to act as a buffer for the storm, nor for all the flood water to go. Thankfully, due to many waterfowl studies as well as other scientific studies, we now know the importance of wetlands and how many species depend on them. The main cause of habitat loss in wetlands is, or the main cause of loss of wetlands is habitat loss. Some of the habitat loss includes population growth, urbanization, agricultural draining, pollution, and climate change. Originally, America had 221.1 million acres of wetlands. Today, we now have lost 47% of our wetlands and have only 117.2 million acres. 117.2 million acres may not sound like much, but compared to the over 750,000 acres of forested land in America, it's pretty slim. Without wetlands, there may be many animal and plant species that perish, and we may experience great population loss. Just as I have, and many people have realized and seen the effects of habitat loss, and have started to conserve them. Many nationwide conservation organizations made up of sportsmen and conservationists have devoted their time and money to help save our wetlands. A few of these organizations are Ducks Unlimited, Delta Waterfowl, and the American Wetland Foundation. Ducks Unlimited is a world leader in wetland conservation, and of January 1st, 2014, they have conserved over 13 million acres in North America. However, many of these organizations depend on volunteer work and money to complete their goals. I understand this, and I volunteer at my local Ducks Limited event and encourage you to do the same. Not only are there conservation organizations, but there's also been much legislation passed for wetlands, such as the Clean Water Act, the Farm Bill, and the North American Conservation Act. If we act fast and see the importance of our wetlands, we can conserve and put a vital stop to wetland habitat loss. In conclusion, wetlands make up only 6% of the Earth's surface and yet have a huge effect on all of our environments. We have lost nearly 47% of our original wetlands, and many conservation organizations have devoted their time and money to help preserve them. But everybody can do their part by cutting down on greenhouse gases, pollution, and getting involved with your local conservation group. The websites I used for research were Ducks Unlimited, the U.S. Department of Interior Fish and Wildlife Service, and the U.S. Farm Bill. Thank you.